Harry Kane stands level with Gary Lineker. Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest goalscorer this sport has ever seen, held to a 1-1 draw by DR Congo. Austria winning a World Cup game for the first time in 36 years. And a last-gasp Ghana winner that had an entire stadium on its feet. Day 7 of the 2026 World Cup delivered everything. So, who is rising, who is in trouble, and what is coming next? This is your complete daily breakdown. Welcome to SoccerVault. Here is everything you missed today. Let us get into it. Let us start with the feel-good story of the day. Austria. 3-1 against Jordan. And that scoreline barely tells you how significant this result is. Austria have not won a World Cup match in 36 years. 36. Romano Schmid opened the account in the 20th minute with a crisp strike into the bottom corner. Jordan, World Cup debutants making their very first appearance on this stage, showed real heart. Ali Olwan pulled one back at the start of the second half to make it nervy. Then a Yazan Al-Arab own goal at 76 minutes sealed it. And, to cap it all off, Marko Arnautovic, 35 years old, coming off the bench, slotted home a stoppage time penalty to make it 3. Austria are up and running, and Group J just got a lot more interesting. Group K next. Colombia came into this tournament with serious expectations, and they delivered 3-1 against Uzbekistan in Mexico City at the Estadio Azteca. Daniel Munoz got the opener, a crisp, technical finish that set the tone perfectly. Luis Diaz added a second before Uzbekistan hit back through Abasbek Faizulayev. And I want to pause there because that was historic. That was Uzbekistan's first ever World Cup goal. A nation writing football history. Give them credit, but substitute Jaminton Campaz was having none of it. He shut the door with a late strike in stoppage time to seal the 3 points. Colombia looked fluid, dangerous, and exactly what we hoped they would be. Watch them closely in this tournament. Now this is the one everyone is talking about. England 4, Croatia 2 in what was, let us be honest, a glorious, chaotic, beautiful football match. Harry Kane opened the scoring with a penalty in the 12th minute. A retaken penalty, by the way, after the goalkeeper left his line, then headed in a second from a Declan Rice corner in the 42nd minute. 2 goals at that point in the match. But Croatia refused to lie down. Martin Baturina and Petar Musa clawed it back to level before half-time, 2-2 at the break, and every England fan holding their breath. Then Jude Bellingham, of course it was Jude Bellingham, drove into the box just 2 minutes into the second half and rifled it into the far corner. 3-2, and Marcus Rashford, coming off the bench, combined brilliantly with Bukayo Saka to finish the job in the 85th minute. 4-2, England are alive, dangerous, and Harry Kane, 10 World Cup goals, equals Gary Lineker's all-time England record. What a moment. And then, Portugal. The tournament favourites held to a 1-1 draw by DR Congo. João Neves gave Portugal an early lead, and it looked like this would be comfortable, but Yoane Wissa equalised before half-time in what was, make no mistake, a stunning result for the Congolese side. What followed was 45 minutes of mounting frustration as Portugal, for all their talent, could not find a way through, and Cristiano Ronaldo, 41 years old, was effectively nullified for the entire match. This is not just a speed bump, this is a warning signal. Then, ending our results section, Ghana versus Panama. 95 minutes of tension that produced one of the greatest moments so far in this tournament. Caleb Yerenki, in the 90th minute +5, slammed home a winner that the Ghana bench absolutely lost their minds over. 0 first-half shots on target, a game that looked like it was drifting to a draw. And then, explosion. Ghana edge it. 1-0. The Black Stars are alive. Can Cristiano Ronaldo, at 41, actually lead Portugal to a World Cup title? Before this tournament, the question was poetic. Now it is urgent. DR Congo, playing in only their second ever World Cup, came to Houston and effectively shut Ronaldo down for 90 minutes. The man who scored 128 international goals, and the most in the history of the sport, was ghosted. João Neves had to be the hero. The midfield had to carry the attack. People will say, one draw does not matter. Portugal can still top Group K. And technically, they are right. But football has a momentum, a narrative gravity, and right now, the story being written about Portugal is, this team is good enough to go deep, but only if Ronaldo does not drag them down. The next two matches are make or break for the Ronaldo mythology. If he scores and leads Portugal forward, the story is redemption. If he is invisible again and Portugal slip up, the question becomes, is the greatest goal scorer of all time now a liability on the biggest stage? I think he will come alive. But I will tell you this. One more quiet game, and the pressure becomes unbearable. Here is what is coming up next, and these are not matches you want to miss. First up, Czechia versus South Africa, kicking off at midnight SGT on June 19th. Czechia have work to do. They lost to South Korea in their opener, and they need a result here, desperately. South Africa, meanwhile, drew with Mexico and showed they can be dangerous. My prediction, Czechia bounce back with a 2-1 win. But do not sleep on Bafana. Then, Switzerland versus Bosnia and Herzegovina, 3 AMS GT, June 19th. Switzerland are one of the most underrated sides in this entire tournament. Clinical, organised, lethal on the counter-attack. Bosnia have the quality to be disruptive, but I see the Swiss taking this comfortably. Bold prediction, Switzerland 2-0. And then, Mexico versus South Korea at 9 AMS GT, June 19th. This is the match that could define Group G. Two sides who have already shown real quality, both needing points after mixed openers. Son Heung-min and genuine South Korea momentum against Mexico, home crowd energy, and the weight of a nation on their shoulders. This is going to be electric. I am going for a 1-1 draw, but either team winning would not shock me. Subscribe, hit the bell, drop your predictions in the comments. This is SoccerVault. Like the video, share it, and we will see you in the next one.